Directors of Gus Macker Jackson, Kyle Liechty, and Tina Mercier. Welcome.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us.
It's nice to see you guys. Not dripping sweat, running around like crazy. It was a heck of a weekend, wasn't it?
It was a hot weekend.
It was so hot.
Yeah.
How hot was it?
I remember it was I think it was 106 on Thursday when we were setting up.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like for the heat index, I mean, it was humid, it was sunny, then all of a sudden people were wearing raincoats and jackets Sunday morning. So perfect, Michigan summer weekend for basketball.
Yeah, but it looked like, by all measures, another successful tournament.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it was, this year we had a record number of teams up to we were just shy of 250. One of the cool things that happened was we saw a surge in female teams, so about 30% of the overall teams were women and girls, and then over 80% were youth. So that's something we've always been building towards, to have one of the strongest youth divisions around, and they showed up this year, and it was pretty awesome.
Yeah, girls basketball really taking off, especially in our state of Michigan. It's great to see.
Absolutely.
You see a lot of familiar faces year after year. I know you guys starting to get to know some of the teams, competitors, and coaches. That's got to be pretty cool.
Oh yeah, it's kind of nice to see them come back every year and, high five us because they're excited to come back.
Did you have a chance, Kyle, to talk to anyone that was in one of the mascot uniforms to see what their experience was?
No, I, of course, mascots can't verbally communicate, but after watching the game, I could see that Paws was running a little slow. The Spring Arbor mascot Blue the Cougar was full steam. I think Blue could have played 3 games.
Really?
So, but when that game happened, it was 1st to 3, I believe is what they ran, and the final score was 3-2, and it was about 100 out at that time.
That's unbelievable.
I wonder how much hotter it is in one of those costumes.
If I had to guess,
Can't imagine.
If I had to guess, I would think if it was 100, it'd probably feel like 140 inside one of those suits. But I don't know.
bet.
I don't know. What was the highlight for you guys? I'm always curious because you're both, every time I see you, I mean, I don't even attempt to say, hey, Kyle, hey, Tina, because you guys are flying around. What's the highlight of the weekend for you?
How about you? No.
Me first? All right.
Yeah.
So one of the things that, if you remember this event a couple years ago, there was like a couple staff members, and then the police were on site, the refs, but we always struggled to get a strong volunteer base, and this year we had a lot of returning volunteers, so what that meant, they showed up and they knew what to do.
Yeah.
So compared to just being like assigned to tasks, they were owning different projects. So had a group running the bracket board, had a group going back and just knowing what they needed to do for referee and volunteer hospitality. And when you have a force of volunteers that was they were just at another level compared to what we've ever had. It was noticed by the players. It was noticed by the parents. Macker even got back and said this is the strongest volunteer force they've seen in years. So for us, cool. I mean, we thought it was good. We thought it was pretty smooth for the most part. But when you hear people say that externally, it's like, all right, that is a huge pat on the back, not to us, but for those that contributed.
For sure. How about you, Dina?
Actually, I found it quite exciting how many of our partnerships kind of came and joined us for the weekend. In the past, it's been kind of like here and there, we'll get them come and kind of support, the games out there. But we saw a lot more showing up like the day before and putting their stuff together and come and joining us. I thought that was quite exciting.
Yeah, it's an event people don't want to miss out on.
Kyle, you're always looking hip and sharp when you're on the show. Today, even more so. This is a special edition Gus Macker outfit.
Yeah, so one of the unique things with Macker, they have a retail store called Threads by Gus. So it's not online, so you have to go to the different tournaments to get the merchandise in this year. They had 2 different themes going on. They had the 50th anniversary. So with that, you see the golden maroon hat with the Mr. Peanut logo brought back. So a lot of golden maroon in the store, but also the floral pattern. So when I heard that we were going the floral route this year, I was elated. And
that hood
will
will keep you cool if the sun's
out,
of course, very much.
Yep, you can find. There's probably times during the event you can see me sitting in a stairwell with the hood, hoping no one recognized me. But was great.
You were loading your bag up in threads all day.
Exactly.
Every time he'd pass, add another thing.
Add another goodie.
The Gus Macker organization and Gus himself, they have a special love for Jackson because and he's told me that this is one of the, if not the best run Gus Macker events in the whole program. So that must be, for you guys, very gratifying to
It
hear
is.
those kinds of, from the founder.
Yeah, and every Macker has something unique. And when you look back to the Mackers in the 90s, a lot of them happened in downtown districts, just like Jackson.
Yeah.
And one of the big things is it's not like that anymore. So there's so few downtown tournaments. A lot are in, either different parks or parking
Right.
lots. And for us, it's like it's so important to be connected with the city, and the fact that you have, when you saw the B-roll footage, the dunk contest happening on the Jackson and Michigan intersection,
Yeah.
there's just something special about that.
Yeah, it's a lot more fun than at the Great Lakes Crossing parking lot. I can assure you of that.
Exactly.
Do you already have the dates and things for next year lined up?
All right, so it's an exciting time for us. So just to let the community know, the way that Macker works is we run on 3-year contracts between Macker and the different cities. So we just wrapped up year 6 in Jackson.
Okay.
So with that, we got to get the contract renewed. And the way that Macker Corporate does, they go week to week to week to week chronologically throughout the summer, confirming different events. So we should know probably in late September
Okay.
what the weekend is. Personally, I love the June date. It's before people take off
Yeah, I agree.
for the summer in
Before
July.
it gets really hot.
Yeah, before nice, cool 70-degree weather. But we should know in late September what's next.
How far away do people come to participate in the Jackson event?
So
Go for it.
I know for sure we had groups from South Carolina and Georgia that came up, a few from New England area. It helps when there are tournaments like in New York, because we saw a couple of the New York teams come out, but this is an event that you see high numbers from within 30 miles of Jackson. Over 50% of the event is close proximity, as well as West Michigan, but then there's some outliers traveling out of state to town as well, which is pretty awesome.
Well, congratulations on another job well done.
Yeah, thank you both.
Thank you.
Kyle Liechty and Tina Mercier, the co-directors of Gus Macker Jackson. More of the morning show after this.